Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Even reading books of Prabhupada, it can be like a ritual. So I have seen many people who regularly read Prabhupada book, but they do very ritualistically. They don't put their intelligence in questioning. So that is the main problem. What Mara is telling, that they do all these things, chanting, worship, and reading, everything they do, they put the tick mark, but they do as a ritual. So it won't work like that. We have to put our intelligence, try to analyze, comprehend, question. Then every day, it's actually every day hard work, every day consciously working on it. Then only we'll be able to make some change. Otherwise, it won't happen. So uh, it's not a ritual. When we come, it's not guaranteed. Chant 16 rounds and follow regulative principles, you'll go back, come back to God. It's not like that. We have to do that, but that's not enough. There's a conscious endeavor to work hard to make understand that these are the problems I have. We should be ready to face our enemies who are in our heart, which is a big challenge. Arjuna was considered a very great warrior because he was ready to face his enemies like that. So here also this is one of the important thing to understand, that we have to uh, it's actually very thing to uh, uh, difficult thing to practice sometimes. People, they feel difficulties. But that is actually very important, that we don't, okay, I did my ritual. Now I'll do my household duties and again I'll complete my ritual in the evening. And that's the end of the day. It won't make much difference. And because we can see that after many years also people are still with the same type of anarthas and same problems. They are so senior, but still they are envious. 20 years they are practicing. We can visibly see that they are envious of other seniors or other people equals. They don't behave properly and all these things. But that is because they are not doing it with consciously. They are doing as a ritual. So that's actually what Mara is warning, that don't take Krishna consciousness as another religion. Religions have rituals. Spirituality means it's a everyday hard work. Like, not that one day I connected and then rest of my life I am booked for go to spiritual. My ticket is booked because I got initiated. It won't happen like that. So it's a nice article to contemplate and understand, because that's why questioning is very important. If we are getting questions, we are that means we are thinking about that subject. Otherwise, we don't get questions only. Or at least we are eager to hear others' questions also will make a difference, because I may not get questions, but I should be eager to hear others' questions, try to understand. Because whole Bhagavatam is question answers only, right? Bhagavad Gita is questions. All the Vedic scriptures are question answers only. That means they are thinking. So dadami buddhi yogam. We need to use buddhi all the time. So we cannot stop our buddhi anytime. It won't work. This process is buddhi yoga, right? So here we were discussing yesterday that uh, this is two important things. I just wanted to highlight this point, that Prabhupada made very interesting. He said that in this present situation, under the circumstances, he was telling about these 2 points. Please try to understand. In the age of Kali, the Brahmanas do not even have the power to perform. So, under these circumstances instead of actively taking part in politics, you see, saintly person should engage in chanting Hare Krishna. This instruction is for us, for devotees. By gaze of Lord Chaitanya, simply by chanting, the general populace can be benefited. Now, he is not talking about Varnashram. He's just engage in chanting and all derive all benefits without political implication. See clear. Now, when it comes to the leaders and the population in general, the leaders and all, there Prabhupada is telling, yeah, Varnashram is important. So here he says that no, the king or government is supposed to be representative of Supreme Lord and therefore supposed to see that things go nicely and the citizens are situated in scientific order comprised of four varnas. So it is the responsibility of king, not for devotees. Devotees should do chanting Hare Krishna only. It's quite clear from Prabhupada's presentation. And then that will make everything very sad. So then they completely feel that the state is secular. In such government, no one can be happy. So we should, what Prabhupada is telling is that when it comes to the leaders, the leaders of the society, they should actually work on this. But for devotees, they should work only on pure chanting of Hare Krishna. No need of, means it is not instruction for us. Prabhupada is very clear. And so this Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, the king or government head has to see that citizens are thus engaged. It is not devotees. It is king's responsibility. So Prabhupada is telling, so for general people, this is there. But for devotees, it is not correct. And we cannot implement also. So Prabhupada is telling the state or government must not deviate from its duty by declaring the state as secular. No, they should not do like that. So this is one important thing. Like when Prabhupada is telling Varnashram, it is for the general people. But for devotees, it's only chanting Hare Krishna. And now the sages are further trying to instruct King Venu. Noble, when the king sees that the supreme personality of God, the original cause of the cosmic manifestation, super soul within everyone is worshipped, the Lord will be satisfied. So this is how they instructed him. So there is a question. Can we say that we should discreetly deal material problems, material and spiritual challenge separately? Yeah, material problems, if there is financial problem or some other problems, we have to deal materially only. If I have financial problems, I'll say I'll chant, I'll like Srivas Thakur 3 times clap Hari and the money will come. It won't happen for us. We have to deal with materially, go get a job and say, properly manage the finance and all. But when it comes to spiritual things, yes, we have to spiritual. But material solution should not interfere our spiritual practices. That's the point. Like I'm so much involved in solving the material problems that I don't have time for spirituality. That should not happen like that. The Supreme Personality of God is worshipped by great demigods, control of the universal affairs. When he is satisfied, nothing is impossible to achieve. For this reason, all the demigods, presenting deities of different planets as well as the inhabitants of their planets, take great pleasure in offering all kinds of paraphernalia for his worship. So here we see that uh, it is how nicely they're trying to explain that you get full benefit. But unfortunately, demons don't understand. We can see in our preaching also. We try to tell people this is good, you do it, but they're not bothered. All Vedic civilization is summarized in this verse. You see, all living entities on this planet or on the other planets have to satisfy Supreme Personality of Godhead by their respective duties. Very simple. How just by acknowledging, you do your duty and acknowledge the presence of the Lord. So, summary of Vedic civilization. This is summary of Vedic civilization. All living entities, either on this planet or on other planets, have to satisfy Supreme Lord. When He is satisfied, all necessities of life are automatically supplied. Whether it is said, Eko Bahunam Yo Vidatati Kaman. From the Vedas, we understand that is supplying everyone's necessities, and we can actually see that the lower animals, the birds and the bees, have no business to or profession. Yet they have not dying for want of food. They are all living in nature's way, and they all have necessities of life provided, namely eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. So this is the proof that you just please the Lord by doing what you are supposed to do, and whatever is needed, Yogakshema Hamyam, Lord provides. Human society, however, have artificially created a type of civilization which makes one forgetful of his relationship with the Supreme Lord. Modern society even enable one to forget the Supreme Personality, the Supreme Lord's grace and mercy. See, this is the problem. We are not able to acknowledge only. Modern society even unable one forget only. Consequently, modern civilized man is always unhappy and need of things. What happens is if we are grateful, the heart is satisfied. So whatever we have, we can be happy in that situation. Because there is no gratitude, we cannot, our heart is damaged. That's why we remain unhappy. Very, very rich people and all. Who are rich people? Rich people means who are accumulating. Accumulating for what? Because heart is not satisfied, that's why they are accumulating. Otherwise, they will accumulate. They will spend only. Accumulation, one level is there for security, but they are accumulating more than what? For generations they accumulate. Why? It will be for 10 generations that much money they will accumulate. Why? Because heart is like that. So people do not know that the ultimate goal of life is to approach Vishnu and satisfy him. They have taken this materialistic way of life as everything and have become captivated by materialistic activities. Indeed, their leaders are always encouraging them to follow this path, and the general populace, being ignorant of laws of God, are following their blind leaders down to the path of unhappiness. In order to rectify this world situation, all people should be trained in Krishna consciousness, acting according with the Varnashram system. The state should also see that the people are engaged in satisfying the Supreme Lord. This is a primary duty of the state. Krishna consciousness movement has started to convince the general populace to adopt the best processes by which to satisfy the Supreme Lord and solve all the problems. The only solution is to satisfy the Supreme Lord. So only thing is satisfy the Supreme. So that's the only thing that should be done. Everything will be given by the Lord. And Lord is not asking much. This is also another thing. Satisfying Lord means we have to do so much. If we want to live normal, of course, spiritual life, that's a different question. But even normal life, somebody want to be happy. Lord is not demanding. Like you are cooking and offering to the Lord. Lord does not eat. He just gives back everything, right? Then what is the so difficulty? He's telling just acknowledge, keep a different state of heart. That's all. The state of heart will make us live happily in this world. What is that heart? Heart of gratitude and little humility. Okay, Lord is giving. I should be humble. I should not exploit. And then we will not encroach on others' property. Isha Vasham idam sarvam, right? So simple. Okay, I have to live according to Isha Vasha. Whatever is my quota, I will live. Dear King, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, along with the predominant deities, is the enjoyer of results of all sacrifices in all planets. Supreme Lord is sum total of all three Vedas, the owner of everything, the ultimate goal of austerities. Therefore, your countrymen should engage in performing various sacrifices for your elevation. Indeed, you should always direct them towards this offering of sacrifice. So now they are coming to the point. They have glorified everything. Now they are telling, allow your citizens to perform sacrifice. So allow your citizens to do sacrifice. So this is their main point. For all these things they are talking is to convince Vena to help his citizen sacrifice. When all the Brahmanas engage in perform sacrifice in your kingdom, all demigods for plenary expansions of the Lord will be very unsatisfied by their activities and will give you your desired results. Therefore, O hero, do not stop the sacrificial performance. If you stop them, you will disrespect the demigods. Now, why sages want general populace to do sacrifice? Because they want them to live a life which will protect their mind. So Vedic culture is for basically protection of mind only. Mind from what? Mind from defiling, mind from hostile environment. It should be very proper, pure. It should acknowledge. If I'll become a thief if I'm not acknowledging. Say, somebody come to your house and suddenly goes to kitchen and he starts cooking and eating. It looks very odd. How can you? You should at least permission, ask. Even if is you are willing to give everything, but at least acknowledge, right? That's what Lord is telling. You are coming, you want to take everything, whatever I am giving. You can't even acknowledge. What a pathetic stage, right? So now they completed the instruction. Now see what Vena says. This is very, very typical demonic mentality. King Vena replied, you are not at all experienced. It is very much regrettable that you are maintaining something which is not religious and are accepting it as a religion. Indeed, I think you are giving up your real husband who maintains you and are searching after some paramour to worship. So he felt that I am actually providing all the citizens and all the benefit. So, but he is not able to understand it. So, actually, Supreme Lord only, Prabhupada read him. King Vena was so foolish that he accused the saintly sages of being inexperienced like small child. In other words, he was accusing them of not having perfect knowledge in this way. He could reject their advice and make accusation against them, comparing them to a woman who does not care for her husband who maintains her, but just to satisfy a paramour who does not maintain her. The purpose of this simile is apparent. It is a duty of a Kshatriya to engage the Brahmanas in different types of religious activities, and king is supposed to maintain the Brahmanas. If the Brahmanas do not worship the king, but instead go to the demigods, they are polluted by unchaste women. So it is very nice telling, I am doing everything for you and you are going for somebody else. But Bhoktaram Yajnatapsam, only one Bhokta, only one Purusha is there. Krishna is Purusha. So going to demigods is also like that only. What to speak of king? Those who are not, so don't be, actually, don't go to Paramount. So Vena's arrogance. See, this is his arrogance. He is speaking like that. Those who out of gross ignorance do not worship the king, who is actually the supreme personality of God and experiences happiness neither in this world nor in the world after death. This is now Vena's philosophy. You have to surrender to your king. And he says, you are too much devoted to the demigods. But who are they? Indeed, your affection for those demigods is exactly like the affection of an unchaste woman who neglects her married life and gives attention to her parents. So, same thing is continuing. How can you do it? How can you do it? Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Indra, Vayu, the master of air, Yama, superintendent of death, and sun god, and Varuna, the water of lords, and all others are great and competent to bestow benediction or to curse. All abide in the body of a king. For this reason, the king is known as the reservoir of all demigods, who is simply part and parcel of the king's body. So he is literally taking all the instructions of Shastras and is misquoting. So they say, now Bible, devil quotes the Bible. Like that, King Vena is also quoting scriptures, but he's quoting according to his own favor. There are other things also scriptures about sacrifice and all that he's not taking. He's only taking, you see, scriptures it is said the king is the representative of it. But what about other instructions of Shastra then? So there are many demons who think of themselves as supreme and present themselves as the directors of the sun, moon, and other planets. It's all due to false pride. Similarly, King Vena developed the demonic mentality and presented himself as Supreme Lord. Such demons are numerous in Kali Yuga and all of them are condemned by the great sages and saintly persons. And he says the King Vena continued, for this reason, O Brahmanas, you should abandon your enemy of me, and by your ritualistic activities, you should worship me and offer me all paraphernalia. If you are intelligent, you should know that there is no personality superior to me. Whatever is applicable for Krishna, Vena is telling me it is for me only. So this is how it happened. And then what happens to that person? The great sage Maitreya concluded, thus the king, who became unintelligent due to his sinful life and deviation from the right path, became actually bereft of all good fortune. He could not accept the request of the sages, which the sages put before him with great respect, and therefore he was condemned. So they tried all their best, it didn't work. So the demons certainly cannot have any faith in the words of authority. In fact, they are always disrespectful to authorities. They manufacture their own religious principles and disobey great personalities like Vyasa and Narada, and even the Supreme Lord. As soon as one disobeys authority, he immediately becomes sinful and loses his good fortune. The king was so puffed up and mm, impudent that he dared disrespect great saintly personalities and thus brought him ruination. So, uh, tomorrow we'll kill Vena. We'll end here. Thank you all very much. Any questions, comments? Okay, we'll end here. अंतरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद।